I'd be lying if I said there wasn't some crossover. But listening to all of this talk about money and dollar leases, I can't help but think about the $750,000 that we will be foregoing later this evening. It seems like we should be able to find a resolution in which we could accept some of the tax money that voters mandated the council accept and put into regulation, and then we could build a new building, a brand new senior center. How nice it would be, 2 stories, an entire rec room with 2 pool tables, maybe 3, 4, who knows. They could have a Zumba room. You could do all sorts of things with all of that money. We're even spending $250,000 on hiring 2 new attorneys, and that seems ridiculous when there's so much outrage over social activities for people over the age of 55 who vote a lot. In fact, I think a lot of these people are your friends too. It just seems silly to me that everybody seems to want the same thing. We would like a resolution where everybody feels happy and friendly at the end of it. We'd like people to be able to enjoy their recreational activities, and voters wanted that tax money. There's a lot you could do with it. Please keep this in mind when you're considering this study session, which isn't even a lot to ask. I really think, beyond the medical marijuana issue, it shouldn't be hard to sit down a couple people and talk this over. I know the executive director personally. He's a nice guy. You guys all seem like nice people, and I think that there ought to be a way. And I don't know if it's true, I really don't, but I think there ought to be a way, and maybe I'm an idealist, that we could all sit down and talk and come to an agreement that everyone feels good about. And maybe it won't be perfect, but it has to be better than this, because right now it sounds like people aren't talking, and that's the worst option. So, thank you.
All right, thank you. Ann Carr, and then Linda Daniels.
Have the pot dispensaries opening up wherever they want. Even with the fast food restaurants, like for instance with the Chick-fil-A and the Chipotle and the CVS. To get that open and to get it in compliance with the zoning, it had to go through a very, very long public hearing, and it had to go through a lot of public comment. I still think you guys made a mistake with that left pocket turn, by the way. But that's how many, many things in this city have to be open. They have to go through a process. And they have to go through our zoning laws. They have to be cleared by the council to say this is a good place to put something like this. Pretty much none of the pot dispensaries have gone through that. They've just opened up wherever they want. They're opening up near libraries. They're opening up near bars, near bakeries. They're opening up pretty close to each other. So we have to do something. Thank you.
Thank you. Morgan Hannigan.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, give me a minute. I've got some paperwork for the people on the dais to look over. It'll make this a lot easier. There's one for you too. Oh, well, there went my notes. That's okay, though. All right, so let me just clarify after listening to Stephen. Our complaint is not that we are not zoned or so on and so forth. We understand that you guys failed for 3 years, or previous council failed for 3 years to put up regulation. But you did permit us. You, in fact, came through for compliance inspections for marijuana dispensaries. That is the paperwork that I handed you there. You'll see our business application, in which on the application we filed with our paperwork says marijuana business pursuant to California Health and Safety Section 132.775, so on and so forth. You guys did in fact go through the process. Now whether you did it right is up for question. I will agree with the previous speaker that there was supposed to be some sort of planning commission meeting. You guys didn't do that. I don't know why, but it's not my fault, and I do not want to be punished for your malfeasance. After listening to a bunch of people outraged about the pool table, it amazes me that once again the city seems to fail to understand the difference between power and authority. You do have power, you do have authority, you can do lots of things. You're like the 7 people in the city that actually can do something about everything. Please, we voted you in to take responsibility and to grab the reins and drive the city out of bankruptcy back into a position where we can thrive. You guys screwed up in January. Like, let's be real. The reason we're back here is because you were required, pursuant to Measure C, to write an ordinance to refuse the taxes or to stop collecting them. For 3 months, you guys have failed, and you just decided by motion to do something that you had no authority or power to do so. You screwed up. A lawyer that was paid for by a collective came out, informed you of your mistake, and now we're here again with an ordinance as we were supposed to do in the first place. I like you guys, okay? I voted for a lot of you, and I will vote for at least one of you in the future. And if you guys make the right decision, I will vote for the right people again, okay? But I've also written letters to you guys. I've called you guys. I've made every effort. I come to every city council meeting I can to put my face in front of you, try to be friendly. I know I get mad sometimes, and I'm sorry, but I'm here to help. I want to engage the city. I have worked at collectives in over 3 places, as Mr. Masano's pointed out before. I'm available via video, college to educate people on how to run a proper dispensary in the state of California. I've testified in court cases before regarding the issue. People have approached me to be an expert in court. I am here at your service for free. I don't make a lot of money. I'm not going to charge you, but I want to help. I've lived here most of my life. I have family that have lived here. I want Vallejo to do well. I don't want to see these mistakes continue. I want to see you guys take some money, make some money, allow the people to stay that you permitted, that you, the city of Vallejo, whether the council wanted us to or not, the city of Vallejo went through and allowed some of us to be here. Okay, you're trying to take away my license to operate, which isn't fair. All right, so let's correct the mistakes that we've made in the past, and let's not repeat them, and let's move forward. Call me. My number's on there. I've sent you all a letter. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
All right, Leslie West. Then William Hand.
I'm going to try to keep it short, just to bring to your attention. In the middle of going through all of this, you guys are not being taken too seriously, and there are new clubs opening every day. Your moratorium has been ignored by at least 16 people from the city's count, and there was one more that opened less than a block away from my house at the corner of Tuolumne and Redwood, the former gas station, the Shell station. Excuse me. Not only that, but there are some big money people. They have come in and bought the largest marketing spot on Weed Maps for $3,500 a month on their first day of operating, so after collecting no revenue. They've opened up, they've put up signs, they have thumbed their nose at you, and my only guess is that they expect to succeed in a lawsuit because of some of the shortcomings and failures that have gone on here. So these are big people with big money, and it has gotten out of control. And I will be the first to say that the number of clubs we have is too many. I've been against the proliferation of them from the get-go, but what we need is serious enforcement from you guys and an honest effort to distinguish between those that are opening up, thumbing their nose at our local regulations, and people like me at Better Health Group. Again, I'd like you to contact me. I sent you all an email with my phone number. My address at Better Health Group is 3611 Sonoma. Please come down, see me, call me, write me. Thank you for your time. Have a good night.
All right, thank you. All right, that's all the cards on the second community forum. The next is